Dang, Frieza, that's how you feel? This video just started, bruh. What is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Holy crap, JoJo. Okay, let's get right into it. Absolutely wild episode. I was not expecting to be practically on the edge of my seat the whole entire time, and like not even one punch was thrown the whole entire episode. Dang, there. Like I thought it was gonna be zero action in the episode, and then they're like, you know what? Let's just run someone in at the very end and make them do some stuff. And I was like, I'm fine with that. Let's do it. So this week's episode, we finally learn. Well, finally, I say it like it's been like 4 episodes that we didn't know. Well, yeah, actually, no, we finally learned what the oh my God, what the arrow was going to be used for, and why our certain characters were the only ones that could actually be the ones to use it. Wow, that did not work the way I wanted it to. But with getting that information, it's almost as if it's too good to be true because as soon as we tell our squad about this, little do we know, the whole time I'm yelling at my screen, I'm like, it's got to be this guy. It's got to be. And to to just put into perspective of what I'm talking about is this whole episode goes on with telling us just a whole bunch of crazy stuff is going on with these characters outside, who are just getting turned into people who they really aren't and stuff along those lines. So with that happening, you just have these wacky pairings of people like losing their bodies, which is absolutely hilarious with Trish and Mista. Just their reactions and how she was handling it, having smelly everything, smelly hands, smelly armpits. So that was hilarious to me. I love comedy, and not only is it comedy, it's actually done right, so that's always fun for me. And then not only does all this pop off, we then get to see just, what the arrow is capable of, what kind of power we're dealing with here. Why is this arrow so, um, you know, got this guy in such high hopes that if these guys get it, it's over. We win. That's a big comfort that this guy has. And just to see a little bit of what this show can do off guard to people, and I bet there's some people that actually miss this because I know there's some people that actually write in the comments how long the opening song is, and then they usually they'll watch the episode because sometimes it's like 20 seconds of a prelude of some type of thing in the episode, and then next thing you know, you're finally you were finally actually getting to the song, and so with that happening, it was clear as day that JoJo just knows how dope they are. Like the people who are animating the show, they know how dope they are. The people who are pretty much allowing them to do more JoJo stuff if they want to know that they need to give them complete free creativity. And because of it, the opening song has by far the dopest thing I've seen in quite some time, with it cutting out and showing just like the boss joining the song in a whole new way because he erased the time period of when he shows up or something, and changed it. You know what I mean? Like he literally rolls up on Geo and it's like sizes him up, and oh my God, it was it was so beautifully done. I was not expecting a whole new little part of the song. It was just like when uh Gene or whatever, the guy in the wheelchair, straight up gets, the feeling that the boss is near, or that he understands that it is the boss. It's that weird, like, dope outer space, like, galaxy that he creates when he destroys all time in that area. And man, did it look sick in this song. It looks so dope. My God. But then it goes back to normal, and he's for some reason he didn't take a cheap shot on Geo like an idiot and kill him in the song, so he's now gonna lose probably in the end game. So yeah, it's all his fault for being a dumb. But overall, this episode was absolutely not action packed at all, and I was still acting as if something was popping off the whole time just by the way they hold the tension in this show, just by the way they make you think of what's possible or what should happen next. You start to imagine just what is about to happen, and my God, did a lot happen. um, well, yeah, I honestly did like the switching. It didn't really make sense to me, but I mean, JoJo, they don't really have to make sense. We're talking about a show with a lot of crazy stuff that don't make no sense. So, what didn't make sense to me in this week's episode is why did the guy turn into the turtle when his body was as close to the boss than anybody's? Not only that, why did why did the boss turn in? Like why did Brucietti turn into the boss and that thing happened, but this guy turned into the turtle. You know what I mean? Like it was just it's a weird coincidence on how it plays out like that, but I feel like it's not something as far fetched for them not to explain it yet again. I got a feeling we'll probably learn why next week's episode. Just because that's how they get down in this show. They know how to keep you on your toes and wanting mo. So I like that aspect. But the other thing that really like kind of drew the wedge for me was the fact that um, where Buccietti was, and when they fall asleep and wake up, it's almost as if he woke up before all of them, dipped out, like went outside of the stadium, or like from the top where he killed the guy, had to jump down and then run back through the front door where he already knew the guy was hiding around a corner with an arrow, kind of looking like suspiciously hiding from him. Like it just looks so weird to me, and I hope that we get the point of view from Buccietti or whatever. But if not, I guess we're just gonna have to accept it. Like, there's not much we could really do about it. So, I don't know. It was a weird just transaction, or like a weird overall take for me, and I don't think anybody else is really gonna care or notice. They'll be like, "Oh, this is supposed to how it's supposed to go down. This is how it's supposed to go down. It's always supposed to be like this. The guy was supposed to be the turtle, and he's gonna stay the turtle after this whole thing shebang bang ends." Like some people just know how this show is probably gonna play out much better than I do, and I apologize if my prediction and guessing is way off compared to others who get it right or whatever. But with all that being said, I'm just really looking forward to what they actually kind of drop for us, because not only have they kind of shown us time and time again that whatever Geo is in, like whatever situation I'm pushing R3, buddy. You guys can hear it. Uh, whatever situation he's in, he can figure out something to do about it. Like it's not too far-fetched to think that he hasn't already figured out some type of way to fix everything in his own mind or whatever. So, because of that, this situation is probably going to be handled relatively easily for him, and I hope that is the case. Just for the overall part of like the arrow and all this weird stuff right now, but then you have to think, as soon as this thing all goes back to normal, and the whole time they're showing Buccietti not moving, just laying there, I'm like, what if that's the boss? Because if that's the boss, he's close enough, I think, to hear every single thing you just told about the arrow, which just gives the boss that much more power in the end of the day. Actually, not just grabbing the arrow and being like, "Oh, I know these guys want this," but grabbing the arrow and then now stabbing his stand to give it even more power than controlling a certain amount of time within a certain range. Like, are you nuts? Are you absolutely insane? I absolutely enjoyed this episode. No action until Bucciati coming in with the sticky finger. And so I apologize for all the headphone users. By God, Anime G, you're evil. But yeah, with all that being said, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely talk to you later. Peace.